Hello everybody, Mike here, coming to you from the room of the Ancient Mariner. I'm going to do a video contest entry today. This is for Chris Propfe's Musically Obsessed. This is a Kiss contest, and he wants us to show a series of titles that are related to Kiss. So here we go. First he wants to show, name your favorite Kiss song or favorite Kiss album. Oh man, that's so tough to do with a band like Kiss. So what I decided to do was expand and do a little more than one maybe, but I think I have to show this album. This is my original pressing of Destroyer, and I think if I had to pick an overall Kiss album that was my favorite, it would probably have to be Destroyer, just for a few reasons. Number one, I think it's a great record. It was a very groundbreaking record. It was something that this album is I think what cemented Kiss as just a cultural icon in the '70s. I always have to stop and look and see what year this album came out. I want to say it came out in '76, so I was 6 years old. So just imagine a 6-year-old kid seeing this. I mean, this was pretty heavy for a 6-year-old at the time, even though the music, let's face it, Kiss's music isn't anything brutal by any stretch of the means. But this was certainly, kind of, an iconic thing for, a kid growing up in the '70s. And Kiss just blew up after this album. Bob Ezrin's production on this just makes this a very unique sounding album. It's a very important album in the history of rock and roll. And it might not have the best music. Actually, it really does have some great songs on it. There's not really a dud. I mean, Great Expectations has never been. I think if there is a misstep on the album, it would be that. But, you open up with Detroit Rock City, one of the greatest opening tracks ever. King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, even though I think the live version is always better than the studio version. The studio version on this album doesn't do that song justice. Flaming You, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, and then closing out with Do You Love Me. I mean, you can't argue with this not being Kiss's best album. So this is my original pressing of it. It's probably really beat up, and it'll still play on Casablanca. I mean, I've had this record since I was 6 years old. This is probably, I think, one of the first records that I remember having. The first 3 records I remember really owning are Kiss Destroyer. This one I'm going to show you, Kiss Alive. Again, this is my original pressing from 1975. I haven't gotten this out and looked at it in so long. I don't know if it's got. I've got the original booklet in here. It's not in bad shape. I mean, it's all intact. It's got the different pictures. I mean, again, 5 years old when this came out. So I mean, this give a 5-year-old kid nightmares. These characters in this kabuki makeup, but. This is a live album, so a lot of people question whether or not this should count in a discography. But let's face it, this is one of the best albums in rock and roll history. The versions of the songs on this, you can argue whether or not they were enhanced in the studio or is 100% live. I don't care. But the intensity and excitement that Kiss put out on a live is undeniably one of the best rock and roll moments of all time. But I think, if you wanted to pick, pick a third, I have to go with Creatures of the Night. I think this is their heaviest, one of their heaviest albums. I think Revenge is probably maybe their heaviest album. But this just the vibe of this record is one that I always loved, and I think it was exciting. I think this was an important record in their career, kind of giving them a little more validity after. Unmasked didn't do very well successfully, but this kind of propelled Kiss into the '80s. This was released in '82, and this gave them a heavier sound to kind of compete with what was going on with heavy music at the time. So If I had to pick a favorite Kiss song, man, you got, oh, jeez. Cool Gin's always been one of my favorites. I like Firehouse, but it's too many wonderful songs to pick a favorite. So okay, so the next category was choose a song with the word Kiss in it, and I'm going to show you. This is Styx, Cyclorama, and as you can see, this is my autographed copy. But the song on this album is "Kiss Your Ass Goodbye." Right there on the back. Styx is my favorite band of all time. Styx was the first concert that I went to. I was so excited to be able to meet the band at a meet and greet in Indianapolis and get this CD signed. The only JY and Tommy Shaw are the only original, and Chuck Panozzo's on here. Sadly, John Panozzo had passed, and Dennis was not with the band, so but I'll take that 3/5 of the original classic lineup. This is a underrated Styx record. I'd recommend it if you're, a Styx fan and haven't heard Cyclorama. Give it a shot. All right. Next category is to name an album artist with another member named Ace. A little something unique. I'm going to show an album that I don't think you're probably going to be surprised to see from a metalhead's perspective, but I'm a saxophone player. I don't play a lot anymore, but sax player, other saxophone players have been big influences on me, and this is one of the older ones. This is Ace Cannon. This is a collection of his greatest hits. The song it's got, oddly enough, I don't think this has yakety sax on it. It really doesn't. But I just remember having this. Remember always having this record. You can see it was purchased from I think that's a K. Oh, Hills department store logo. Back when you could get a new album for $4.97. But anyway, I thought that would be kind of something unique to show. Next up, show a band or artist who wears makeup or costumes. So I've got a couple for this one. I think one of the obvious choices would have to be Gwar, who've made a career out of looking ridiculous on stage. And if you've never seen Gwar, by all means go check out Gwar. A Gwar show is a really fun and unique experience. And even without the mighty odorous Urungus, who has sadly departed this spectral plane, whatever, the band does carry on. And their last album, I thought I had it out to show, but I didn't get it out. Fantastic record. But anyway, I'm going to show Bloody Pit of Horror. It's got kind of a cartoon image of the band. It looks like a Cannibal Corpse album. And this opens up into like a trifold CD. Anyway, if if you're familiar with Gwar's music, Then I've got Battle Maximus. This has a few more. Trying to find something with a little better photos of what everybody looks like here. This is a good insert. So there's the mighty Gwar and their classic incantation. Various real people have donned the battle gear of the band over the years, but that's Gwar in all their glory. A fun band. Okay. So, and now the other, I wanted to mention, show some vinyl here too. The other artist I think who is known for his makeup, possibly as iconic as the Kiss makeup, would be King Diamond. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite albums of all time. This is Abigail. I think this is one of the greatest metal albums ever. One of, if not the greatest, my favorite concept album. But there's the King. And I want to show you one more King Diamond record. This one's neat because it's autographed. You can see that under the plastic. But went to see these guys at a small theater in the Indianapolis area, and we were able to do a meet and greet with them. I think the meet and greet was at a local record store. Oddly enough, my buddy and I that went, there was a Preston Safeway grocery that was like in the same neighborhood as the concert venue. I can't remember if it was maybe a couple, might have been just a few doors down from. Anyway, we were at this grocery store, and it was Pete Black and Hal Patino were the guys that were in this Preston Safeway buying some groceries, and we recognized them and had a chat with them. But really cool. This is the follow-up. It doesn't have anything to do with the storyline of Abigail, but this was the album after Abigail. Fantastic album, another great concept album. So King Diamond. And then the final question is to show something from a band who's toured with Kiss. Obviously, you can see behind me, the Iron Maiden posters on the wall, the Room of the Ancient Mariner. Obviously, I'm going to show some Iron Maiden. These Iron Maiden in 1983, I believe it was. No, it wasn't 83. Couldn't have been 83. I forget the year. Anyway, Iron Maiden toured Europe with Kiss. Actually, in hindsight, I think it might have been 83. I'm showing the wrong album. This is Killers. It wasn't Killers that they toured with. It was Number of the Beast. It's a shame on me. But Iron Maiden toured for Kiss. But I wanted to show. I wanted to pick a show that I went to. And I went to see the, I've seen Kiss many times, but one of the outstanding tours that I recall was the Asylum Tour. And I believe it was known for, I think they might have at the time had the biggest, I think they had the largest illuminated Kiss sign that they had taken out on tour, but the stage set was just crazy elaborate for Asylum. And anyway, their opening act in the States that year was Wasp. And Wasp was touring to support the Last Command album, and this is my favorite Wasp album. There's Blackie, and there's the band on the back. But that was really, really cool. So anyway, that's my entry for Chris's contest. Chris, if you watched this, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've seen some things here that are a little unique. I don't think many people are going to show an Ace Cannon album, but hey. Anyway. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Good luck to everyone who's going to enter Chris's contest. And as I always say, let them know your medal, bang your head, throw the goat, and I'll catch you next time.